Despite otherwise impeccable appearances, within 3 steps you can identify what's really going down and it ain't a woman. Watch how women walk, search for videos on how to, or ask a cis woman friend to teach you. It's very subtle, just like the subtle differences that make you see a female face or a male face. Well, alright, beards ain't that subtle. My ex taught me and she was pretty strict as an instructress, plus she was an ex-formation ballroom dancer, so I had the added benefit of learning heel turns at the same time. Every cloud. But seriously, do take the time to learn how to walk if you're aiming for full-on female street cred. Just because you can manage to cross a road in 4 heels without breaking your ankle or leg doesn't cut it. It isn't what you do, it's how you do it. If you're not bothered about it, then fine, carry on strutting your funky stuff in your own inimitable way. Reply. A few other points. It's the little things that matter, such as wearing nail polish. It may be just a small thing, but it adds so much, and that includes toenails if you wear open-toed heels. Jewelry, wear a ring, necklace, and bracelets. Again, little touches that make a difference. The most important thing, of course, if to be happy and enjoy yourself, don't get too bogged down in the rules. Reply. Fair enough, but some of this is rather traditional and stereotypical. As regards height, I know some amazing tall cis and trans women, some of whom do wear heels on a night out. What really makes the difference is, can you walk properly in them? Good to keep your weight down if you can, but, again, look around you. Plenty of middle-aged, and some younger, women have more of an apple shape than an hourglass. Same sort of thing can apply to hip pads and similar. Some cis women have a more athletic body, and small buttocks. However, tucking is essential, so whether using a gaff or the various other techniques, that is an essential skill to learn. Body language is very important, but also has a range of expression. Not every woman moves around like a 1950s debutante. Similarly with voice, the idea that women don't sometimes swear, or always speak quietly, is rather misleading. I suppose what I am saying as a point 11 on your list, is what really matters is being you. Women come in many shapes and sizes, and behave in a wide range of ways. Get out and work out what kind of woman you are. Reply. Lots of good advice here on how to look. Another big part of blending in as a woman is being relaxed and confident, so once you step out there, just own it, go with it, head up, and don't worry about people seeing you. It only draws attention if you're looking nervous or like you don't want to be there, trying to hide behind your wig, looking at your shoes, mumbling, etc. You need to be ready for people clocking you face to face or when you speak, but if you just act normally, almost everyone will do the same in response. But don't test this with young children or groups of teenagers. Reply. Proper pads are necessary if you're wearing close-fitting clothing, but you can experiment with the effect with looser clothing, just by wearing a short skirt underneath. I once wanted to go out wearing an atrociously short skirt, but had to get it past my wife, so I put a longer skirt over it. I then realized the extra bulk underneath was improving my shape considerably. Reply. Yeah, I would say unless you're naturally quite curvy in the hip but area, then padding is a must for certain outfits. I recently got my first proper set of hip but padding, having experimented for a long time with homemade padding with mixed results, and they are utterly game-changing. Tight-fitting bodycon dresses all of a sudden look so much more femme on me, skinny jeans, leggings, skirts, etc., it's fab. Honestly, what a difference. There are some outfits you maybe don't need them for, like floaty dresses or skirts, dresses that flare out and create shape on their own. But for most outfits, I think they are really important part of the overall look. Reply. I'm fortunate to have fairly wide hips, combined with being bow-legged really helps with the width down below. Stick on a corset and from the front, back I have a great hourglass without any padding. Need to work on my ass though, definitely lets me down from the side. Gotta get that gym work going. Nout I can do about being 6'3", but do the best I can elsewhere, voice being the main focus now. Reply. I've seen a lot of girls over the years, and I think the most often proffered advice is, don't overdo it. Restraint. Just one signature item and make sure everything else matches. Hold back on the jewelry, simple gold or silver, unless of course everything else is plain and jewelry is the signature point. Sensible shoes, a good quality black handbag, get a second-hand Radley off eBay. Look at the middle market, Roman, Wallace, Coast, Phase 8, all around a tenner from Oxfam. Add a plain black jacket and there's nowhere you can't go. Reply. This is always a thorny subject with everyone, with some saying X and others saying no, it's Y. I take my cue from life and the cis women in front of me. Now it's quite difficult to do this without some prolonged staring and the chance of being accused of being pervy, but I find watching from a distance over a coffee from a large window in a high street cafe, just generally watching the movement and body language of ladies and that to me is where it starts. Then comes the need to practice what you have observed, and a full-length mirror is helpful in honing your lessons. YouTube has numerous videos regarding feminine deportment which are helpful too, and coupled with dressing in age-appropriate clothing for your body shape helps. Then comes acquisition of your chosen foundation wear, with lace-up corset, hip and butt pads and silicone breast forms being my choice as starting points. Never be scared to admit that you got something wrong and alter what you have learned. Reply. I would disregard it all, just be yourself and adopt a style that you like, whatever that may be. 99. 99% of women will instantly clock you. It's part of what women do. They check each other out regards makeup, jewelry, etc., and they spot the things that you can't hide. And for those that think they don't, well, they are just being politely feminine by either not mentioning it or complimenting you. As soon as you are out of sight, earshot, then they will make their actual comment. Have seen that hundreds of times, and it is a fact even the most so-called passable of you out there will just have to accept. It's the reality of real life. Men on the other hand are quite different, and half of them just see what they want to see. Confidence in yourself and who you are is really the key, whether you look reasonable or look like the bride of Frankenstein. Just go out and be yourself. You aren't doing it to please some random strangers. You may encounter some catcalls or abuse, but so do many other people who are wearing their everyday attire. It's up to whether you want to brave the real world or just sit at home, whatever you're happier with. Reply. Yes and no. Yes, they do wonders for your shape. Combined with a steel-boned girdle and a good bra, they do give you that feminine hourglass figure. No, they are about as sexy as grandma's bloomers. They are almost always black and look like a pair of cycling shorts with padding sewn in and reach mid-thigh. In fact, if you can sew, then it would be much cheaper to buy a pair of cycling shorts and add foam sponge to pouches sewn in the relevant places. Either way, they hide, or preclude, those delightful lace panties, suspender belts, or lace top hold-ups. Tights or bare leg are the only real options.